that feeling when you show someone how to do something, you, without even thinking about it, choose to stand on your amputated side, and you can do the exercise better than they can, and they've got 2 feet. Winning! So I've been walking around on my hydraulic ankle for a week now, and I have to say it's awesome. You cannot tell when I'm walking unless I'm tired or it's towards the end of the day that I have a prosthetic at all. It's completely straightened out my gait, which is really cool. I'm also working my way through the bike leg dramas. Now, they gave me a leg, and this enables me to get down into the time trial position. For the first time in a long time, even before when I had 2 feet, I couldn't do that. But this has uncovered a new problem. Yes, so down in the time trial position, because I've been riding bikes for so long, little did I know that my legs automatically know they've got to pull and push right through the rotation, which is not what your average recreational cyclist would do, but it is what a trained cyclist will do when you've got your feet attached to the pedals. So because I've got a limited amount of leg below the knee, my leg is still wanting to pull up, and because there's not much muscle there to do it, my hip flex is taking over. That's what we have decided when I went to speak to Joel the physio, and there's a biomechanical reason for that. But what we've had to do is start working on strengthening the hip flexor, the explosive power through the knee, on a Pilates reformer, so I'm doing it non-weight bearing, and we're now on to squeezy squats. Now, I don't know whether it was that or whether it was the bike ride I did later that day, but yeah, today I have got DOMS. Now, not only DOMS in my right leg, but DOMS in my left, part of it. Now, I feel that to be quite a triumph, because it means that we have actually got that part of that quad working. So, woohoo, go us. But it is taking a lot of work to teach my 2 legs to do different things on a bike, because it's like walking. You don't, how does a baby learn how to walk? How do they make it look so easy? And it's the same with riding a bike. You just can't you? Until somebody cuts half your leg off, and then you have to learn it all over again, and your muscles have to do different things because half of them are missing, and it's really more complicated than you think. I'm glad that Zwift has put a new update through the app, which means that I can take away all of the screen text and just look at it like a video, because I was getting so pissed off about how slow I was going, how little watts I was pushing out, and la 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 la. I can just turn all that information off, and I'm just seeing the video screen, and that is all. So thank you, Zwift, for that, because that just turns the problem away and lets me ignore it for a while because I can't see it. I have finally gotten an occupational therapist come around to see me. This was all stopped when the DHB stopped funding it all, and it was all switched over to ACC. It took us a while to get it back again. She came out today for the first time and has asked me to fill in a diary, and then next week we're going to look at fatigue management and that sort of thing, and see whereabouts in the day I'm doing more than I should, and how we best manage it. It's the one thing I am most crap at, I have to be honest, because I just keep going on thinking that it should all still be the same as it was before. And then I come crashing down at some point because I've worn myself out and I realise it can't be the same as it was before. So I'm glad to have an external person looking at that and giving me some third-party advice on the matter. My delightfully tasty tri-club, the Cupcake Cartel, have started doing an accountability thread, which came along at a good time because I'd just been mooching along from day to day doing whatever I please. And sometimes I didn't want to do anything, so I didn't. And it's not necessarily good for the mental health, and I know that exercise is a good mental health strategy. So this week here, I have written down what I intend to do every day, and here it is. And we're on Wednesday, and so far so good. Yes, Wednesday. I've done everything that I intended to do so far. So let's see how I go for the rest of the week. I have still not been able to test this hydraulic ankle out on uneven ground due to inclement weather conditions. I'd rather not slip and trip all in the same excursion. So I'm waiting for a break in the weather so I can try it out and feel confident with it. I've got my local bike shop looking for a dropper post for me. We've finally got the size of the seat post. Now, I haven't yet been given clearance as to whether the ACC intend to pay for this or not. However, we're going to look it up and see what price it is and see whether I can afford it or whether we can do a payment arrangement or something like that, because I am super keen to give biking in a Forwards direction a go, and my physio has offered to come with me as running alongside me support. So I hope they manage to find me one, because finding bike parts right now in the midst of COVID and all of that jazz is really quite a challenge. And the last thing, I buy my trousers from just 2 or 3 places in the world because I have got a very long inside leg. And so I get my trousers and leggings, my leggings from Lululemon. And I used to buy my trousers from Long Tall Sally, a shop in England that specialised in clothing for tall women. And now it nearly went under last year with the whole COVID dilemma, but it has been bought out by someone else. And it was really low on stock for a long while once the ownership transferred and all that jazz. I've been looking out for a while now for wide leg jeans to come back, because skinny jeans and prosthetic leg, nah, don't work. And these jeans with the elastic at the bottom, with the big baggy bum and the crotch that's really low, nah, don't work for me. But I have found that Long Tall Sally are bringing back some wide leg jeans. Now, they're exactly the perfect type of jeans for someone with a prosthetic leg. And my lovely zipper lady can put a zipper in the side of those jeans. So I am going to do some measuring and work out what size I am and order some, all being well. And so that means that I will have a pair of jeans on for the first time in, must be about 6 years, perhaps. Yeah. So let's hope that goes, and they come without too much delay. So that's quite exciting, because wide leg jeans that are long enough, I'd be able to walk around in town. You would never be able to tell that I've got a prosthetic leg. That is what I think is cool about those. I have still got my eye on Challenge Wanaka, but I realistically cannot even think about that until I figure out how to ride a bike in a Forwards direction. So that is my next goal, if the bike shop can find me the parts to allow me to do it.